Welcome to the Church of Thomas. Free, 9/11/09. There have been commercials lately that I have found very entertaining, but I thought they might be able to teach something. There are these commercials where somebody is coming through a grocery line and their stuff is being rung up, and each time an item is scanned it shows up as $0, 0 cents. It's free. And at the end, the grand total is 0. There's another version where there's this lady who rings up an SUV full tank of gasoline, and at the end, the total is 0. Now, this is wonderful commercialization, but I want to explain that sometimes when things are free, there are strings attached. And as a mature Christian, we should be able to look at things and see and ask and not be afraid to wonder, are there strings attached? And if we get the answer that there are no strings attached, feel blessed. But often there are strings attached, and there are many people who are Christian who give with strings attached, and that is not right. I think that there's a verse in Reconciler Gospel of Thomas 95. Let's see here. That pretty much explains how Jesus felt about it. Jesus said, "If you have extra money, give it as though you will not be repaid, asking for no interest." Well, that's a very simple idea, but it covers a lot of ground. It's not just money that he is talking about. It's compassion, it's giving gifts, it's helping people, it's, if some little old lady is trying to cross the street and you take her arm and offer to take her across, and you safely guide her across, and at the other side you ask for payment, there were strings attached. You should never have strings attached to the things that you give. If you are giving them in God's name, you're already paid. You're already rewarded for what it is that you have done. Take that glowing feeling inside and hug on it. But don't ask the other person in the transaction to pay their toll for making you feel good. I think it's important to see that if somebody is going to get something from you, if they've been burned before with strings, they're going to ask you, "So what do you want from me?" If you are firm in reassuring them that there are no strings attached, you will reaffirm their belief in goodness in the world. You will be furthering Jesus' cause. If you're honest and say, yes, there are some strings, at least they know before they accept the transaction. If you give and you don't even let them know who you are, that's even better. That's even less strings, because they don't even feel obligated to thank you the next time they see you. Unfortunately, one thing that I think is in the parenting handbook that miraculously appears in most parents' heads is called guilt. It's a great one. It's in bold print, big red letters. My mom got a copy. She, to this day, knows my buttons. And I have to fight very hard when she tries to give me something to always ask, "And what is it that you would like for this?" Because there are many times where something has been presented as a no strings attached gift, help, aid, etc., only to find out later that there were brackets around it that told me what it was that was expected from me if I got this thing. An example of this, was I was on some hard times a few years ago, and Mom set up an account in the credit union where we both share separate accounts, and she knew that I'd be able to access it easily. And she, for my birthday, she sent me a nice little card and said, "I've set up an account for you, and this is how much money I have put in it, and it's yours." And I thought, well, that's really sweet, thank you. And then the other part of me said, think I should ask what the strings are. Sure enough, this was in case I couldn't afford to call her. I was to use some of this money to pay for the phone bill so that I could contact her again. It changed the dynamics of it. I haven't touched a penny of it. And I told her I will not use it. If I cannot afford to go or visit her or call her, then I cannot afford to call, visit her, or call you. If I want to come and visit, then I will tell her what my situation is and ask if she can help me. But if she just puts money into an account with the expectation that I will just show up on her door or call her every day, which I can't do, then the gift had too many strings for me to accept the transaction. My understanding is she's also done that with my brother, but he doesn't look for the strings, so I guess for him it's okay. But there are many people like me who have experienced gifts having these little dangling things attached to them that come back and bite me later. So understand and be compassionate if you give something to somebody and they turn around and say, "Whoa, what do you expect from me if you do this for me?" And I hope that you will do what Jesus would have done, which is to say, there are no strings attached. If you need this, I'm offering it free of charge, and you are welcome to it. God bless the whole world, no exceptions. Angel Eliza.